Attention Minnesota Vikings fans. The news we have today will drive you crazy. Vikings fans are flooding our social networks trying to understand what just happened. And here in this video, you will know everything firsthand. So don't leave. Don't forget to leave your like on the video too, because it helps our community to grow more. And if you are not subscribed yet, subscribe, because here we always do giveaways with subscribers. Now let's go to today's news. Vikings set to move on from J.J. McCarthy sooner than expected. The Minnesota Vikings are heading into a big year for the franchise, and head coach Kevin O'Connell is leading what is considered a very strong roster under a mostly rookie quarterback in J.J. McCarthy. After missing his entire rookie season, McCarthy is back and is expected to lead the team into the 2025 season. The Vikings drafted McCarthy in April 2024 with the 10th pick. Now, after a year of rehab, he's back, and not to put pressure on him, but he has something to prove. Now, one NFL analyst predicts just how much of a mess McCarthy is in. And while his position isn't in jeopardy right now, he doesn't consider him to be one of the safest quarterbacks in the league. Analyst predicts how long Vikings will give J.J. McCarthy in a May 9th article for Bleacher Report. NFL insider and analyst Brad Gagnon outlines the urgency each team has after the 2025 draft to sign a solid quarterback. Now that the NFL draft is over and the 2025 quarterback carousel has largely stopped spinning, it's time to evaluate the status of each signal caller situation in the league, Gagnon notes in the article. For his selections, Gagnon looked primarily at age, trajectory, experience, contract, injury history, and team status. We'll break down each team's level of QB need with a single sentence for each. He cites the Pittsburgh Steelers as the team with the greatest quarterback need. Obviously, any team that relies on Aaron Rodgers' feelings and decisions is not in a good place. When it comes to the Vikings, Gagnon rates them as somewhere in the middle, in the search for a new starting quarterback. He doesn't say they'll move on immediately, but he also doesn't cite McCarthy as one of the quarterbacks who will be a fixture on the team for years to come. J.J. McCarthy is essentially a rookie after missing all of last season with a torn ACL, Gagnon wrote in the article. When you invest a high first-round pick in a quarterback, he deserves at least 2 full seasons to prove himself. A Vikings favorite. Draft pick. Now that the draft is over, experts are weighing in on each team's picks across all 257 picks. In a May 9 article for ESPN, a panel of experts discusses some of the draft's biggest moments. We asked more than a dozen of our NFL experts to give their thoughts on everything that happened in Green Bay, they wrote. For the Vikings, NFL analyst Field Yates loves the Vikings taking guard Donovan Jackson with the 24th pick. Jackson, ranked 20th on my overall list because I'm extremely bullish on his positional versatility, power, toughness, and overall playmaking temperament, Yates said. The Vikings started this offseason saying they were going to get their trenches in order, and they did. The NFL season will kick off with the NFL kickoff game on Thursday, September 4th. Minnesota Bombshell. Vikings in talks to sign Gabe Davis, according to Adam Schefter, Egan, MN. In a move that could redefine the Vikings' passing attack for the 2025 season, ESPN's Adam Schefter revealed Friday that the Minnesota Vikings are in advanced talks with the Jacksonville Jaguars to acquire wide receiver Gabe Davis, known for his physical, explosive style and for being one of the most dangerous deep receivers in the NFL. According to sources close to the franchise, the Vikings' interest in Davis has grown exponentially in recent weeks, as new offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey, formerly of the Bills, has begun to review schemes that leverage vertical routes and take advantage of receivers with the ability to separate at the second level. Dorsey worked directly with Davis during his time in Buffalo and would be a key player in reconnecting the player and offensive system. The negotiation has not yet been officially finalized, but sources indicate that the agreement is 95% closed, depending only on the medical review and contractual restructuring. The Vikings must give up a 2026 third-round pick and a potential performance-based bonus, touchdowns and yards, which could evolve into a conditional second-round pick. Gabe Davis, who signed with the Jaguars in free agency in 2024 for $38 million over 3 years, would be willing to renegotiate his contract with the Vikings, extending it by 2 more years, creating a new 4-year deal worth a total of $52 million, with $28 million guaranteed. Davis' agent has reportedly authorized Vikings representatives to discuss terms directly, which points to a strong likelihood of the transfer being completed in the coming days. With Justin Jefferson's recent billion-dollar renewal, Jordan Addison's meteoric rise, and the signing of quarterback J.J. McCarthy, the Vikings have been crafting an offense capable of competing at the NFC's top level. However, the team still lacked a reliable and physically dominant vertical threat, capable of opening up the field for the other stars. Gabe Davis, known for his historic performance in the 2021 playoffs, 4 touchdowns against the Chiefs, offers exactly this profile: a strong wide receiver with good wingspan, excellent zone reading, and explosion downfield. In 2023, his final full year in Buffalo, Davis threw for 746 yards and 7 touchdowns, while being the WR2 on a team led by Stefon Diggs. In 2024, now in Jacksonville, Davis had a slow start, but finished the season on a high note with 642 yards and 5 touchdowns on a team with instability and offensive command. Sources say he's looking for another opportunity to shine, especially in a familiar system, and with a young quarterback who can grow with him. During his appearance on ESPN's NFL Live, Adam Schefter was blunt when commenting on the Vikings' move. Minnesota is taking an aggressive approach, thinking about the now and the future. The addition of Gabe Davis is not just strategic, it's symbolic. It shows the team isn't satisfied with just developing J.J. McCarthy. They want him to win, and they want him to win fast. Schefter also highlighted that the relationship between Dorsey and Davis was key to accelerating the talks. There is mutual trust between player and coach. Gabe Davis wants a more prominent role, and the Vikings are offering that. The Vikings fan community is already buzzing on social media. In the last few hours, hashtags like #ShockDavisSkull and Gabe to Minnesota have taken over Twitter, X, and Reddit. The enthusiasm is palpable. For fan Lars Gunderson, founder of the Purple Rain fan club in Duluth, the possible arrival of Davis represents a new chapter. The last time we had 3 wide receivers with 1,000-yard potential was at the end of the Moss era. This is a game-changer. The offense is going to be scary. Gabe Davis's arrival would give the Vikings a trio of receivers that, in theory, can compete with any group in the NFL. Jefferson as the undisputed star, Addison as the technical and agile mid-route receiver, and Davis as the big vertical target, especially in red zone situations. Additionally, with T.J. Hawkinson recovering from injury, the offense gains immediate depth and real options to support McCarthy, who is still adjusting to the professional game. The plan is clear: shield the freshman with elite weapons. The Gabe Davis trade is still ongoing, but the message has already been sent to rivals. The Vikings aren't waiting for the future. They're building it now. With bold decisions, technical management focused on enhancing its young talents, and an increasingly engaged fan base, the Minnesota franchise seems ready to take the next step. If Davis is confirmed, it will be another sign that Skull Nation is ready to put the rebuilding behind them and aim for the playoffs with confidence. Follow every step of the negotiation here at Vikings Now. At any given moment, Gabe Davis could wear purple and gold.